Hey guys, it's Trinity with the Crown and Castle Collective. Today, this will be a pick a card reading over career and finances. So what this reading is actually going to focus on is your strengths of your career and your finances, maybe some challenges that you are facing in those areas, and where can you look to find abundance in your career and just finances in general. If you do like me as a reader, please subscribe, like, or leave a comment if I resonate with you. If I don't, that's okay. Just come back and check later. Maybe I'll pick up on your energies in a different reading. Also, I'll provide the timestamps below, so if you want to just skip through the shuffling, which I do on camera, then you can just go ahead and skip to the selection and then pick your reading. So I'll just go ahead. Also, I do have a Instagram page. I post daily energies, daily readings, if you'd like to follow that. And I am also on Facebook with the Crown and Castle Collective as well. I can provide links and tags for those in the description box. Okay, so we have 3 piles to choose from. I have pile 1, which is a fluorite, like a fluorite triangle. You can see the purple and green in there. Number 2 is tiger's eye. Kind of get the reflective coolness in the middle. Tiger's eye. And pile number 3, which is Moonstone. It's kind of like a pinker shade. Ding. Alright, let's see if I can kind of get to see. Pile 1, Fluorite. Pile 2, Tiger's Eye. And pile 3, Moonstone. Okay, pile 1 with the Fluorite. Ooh, ah. Okay, pile number 1, what is your financial and career strength? Your blockages, your challenges. And where can you search? All right, give me a moment here. Okay, so group number 1, you have the Queen of Wands for your strength. For your challenges, you have the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Wands. And where you can search to find more abundance in your career and finances, you have the Five of Cups. So for the strength, the Queen of Wands. So this is someone who really brings passion into the workplace. Like, you are really passionate about whatever work you have. With finances, you may be a little bit frivolous with your spending, but like you kind of keep things on the lockdown. But you love to spend money on things that make you feel like you are a queen, or like for men, it could be just what really makes you feel hot, you know, like what really makes you feel good about yourself. Or you could be spending it on like passions and activities and hobbies. Just make sure that you're not overspending as well, obviously, but be aware of compulsive buying. You may have money saved up too as well, like over time. You may have came to accumulate at least security in your finances. And just with the career, you're someone who's super, super passionate. The Queen of Wands is someone who's super serious and like just driven in what she does. The challenges that you may be experiencing though, we have this Knight of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So with this Knight of Cups, I see you as, with this Queen of Wands and this Knight of Cups, you really go out with your work, and you're so passionate about it that you tend to bring in a little bit of emotion with what you work with. And you know, sometimes bringing emotions into the workplace can kind of cause issues, depending on your work. But when it comes to conflict also with workers, they may not be as passionate or as driven and as serious as you are about your work. This can cause a little bit of conflict and you kind of standing out from the crowd just because you put so much effort into your work that you just wish your coworkers would do the same, perhaps to make things move along a little bit more smoothly, like this Knight of Cups. So with this Queen of Wands and this Seven of Wands, just make sure that you're not being too aggressive with how you are trying to lead. I mean, if you are higher up in management, it does make sense to kind of get people snapping into place. But make sure you're knowing your boundaries, and also that, you know, you can't make people put in the effort. You can't make people put in the compassion to what they do. I mean, you're clearly doing that for you in your work, Go you. Go you. Okay, so what can you do, or where can you find and search for more abundance in your career and your finances? So I'm saying this with your career, with this Five of Cups. Kind of more of a sorrowful card. She's kind of more focused on the cups that are spilled rather than the cups that are standing. So you may be just letting this get you down, your emotions in the workplace and just the lack of teamwork. So, like I said before, instead of worrying about what other people are doing, how they're doing their work, what they're putting into it, focus on what you are doing. How much work you're putting in, the effort that you're putting in, like this energy. Because this energy will get noticed. This queen will meet her king. You may get a promotion just because of how well you're doing it compared to these slackers down here. I mean, you're all the way up here. So for the finances as well, let's see. Yeah, I kind of see this again with this Queen of Wands and this Knight of Cups is someone who may be a little bit frivolous with the spending. But you do know when it is appropriate and when it is not. And you kind of are able to fight off temptations of, oh, I really want that, ooh. And I think that you're able to save up, you're able to save up and then eventually get what you want. So this person, you seem really good with your finances too. So also, don't take work on a holiday. If you're on vacation, go on vacation. If it's the weekend, let your hair down, enjoy your weekend. Don't think about work, which you may be doing a lot of. Where you can find that you may actually need to look more into also is your finances when it comes to food. Budgeting on groceries or how much that you do eat out. Because that can be kind of like a frivolous, I keep saying frivolous, can't think of the word, just like on the spot. Like, oh, we're going to just go get fast food. That can be that energy. But if you do take a holiday or on your weekend, you could find new ways to budget. Like if you're going on a vacation. Not quite sure if that made sense. But yeah, group number 1, you are just super, super passionate. Kind of get your emotions. I mean, it's almost impossible not to with any jobs. We're humans. So just be careful with getting your emotions mixed up in the workplace in a negative way. Yeah. So if that resonated, group number 1, please feel free to leave a comment or like, subscribe for future videos, and you can follow me on my Instagram page, Crown and Castle, or on Facebook, the Crown and Castle Collective. The links will be below, so thanks for watching. Group number 2, Tiger's Eye. What are your strengths, your challenges, and where you can search and find more abundance? Okay, group number 2. So when it comes to your work and finances, you have quite an interesting situation. So we have the 10 of Swords. That's for your strengths. Sorry. Strengths is a 10 of Swords. Your challenges, you have the Ace of Wands. the Hanged Man. And where can you search and find more abundance in your career and finances? We have the World. So group number 2, your strengths. You are one hard-working person. I know that my family watches this video, so cursing is kind of just, I mean, they know I curse a lot. I guess it's just the general public. If you don't know me, I curse a lot, but that's weird. You're just one hardworking son of a bitch. Sorry, YouTube. Okay, so you have the Ten of Swords. This person's just working down so hard. So hard on this other person. You may be someone who makes sure that, like, your team, your coworkers, like, you're making sure everyone is working, but you know you're working the hardest. So your challenges, though, you had the Ace of Wands and the Hanged Man. So you may tend to think that your way is the best way. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's not always the truth. You got to be open. Because, you know, this Ten of Swords person, they're beating themselves down. And they're kind of beating the other person down too. So you may need to be a little bit more open and receptive to other people's way of work and way of approaching things and ideas and effectiveness. With your finances too, you may tend to spend a little bit more than you should. But it could also swing the other way. You could either spend too much or spend too little. Because with this Ace of Wands is someone who's, you may only spend on, like, the necessities, obviously, but also on things that you're, like, super passionate about. And you may only put money towards that one project or that one interest. So you may be, like, saving up your money everywhere else, but when it comes to this one thing in particular, you're gonna spend as much as you need to get that new addition. And with the Hanged Man as well, you may be tied up financially. So yeah, just with the career, I keep seeing that you need to be a little bit more open to viewing things differently and to viewing other people's perspective and how you can go about your work. And just being really constructive with advice and that it's coming from a good intention. So where can you find and search for more abundance and in your finances and career? We have 21, the World. So I feel like this is in relation to your challenges as far as just being able to let go and really accept advice and not trying to overwork yourself. This is another person who needs a vacation, don't we all? But the World being as in you need to just kind of get away. Like, really take some time out for yourself and to reflect in the world around you rather than just constantly thinking about work. Go have a drink. Like, relax, let loose. You seem a little bit tense, group number 2. And I feel that. Loosen up a little bit. Spend a little bit more on just this one thing. So yeah, group number 2, you're just really hardworking, but make sure not to overwork yourself. Also, make sure that you're not either overspending or underspending. And I guess there's nothing really wrong with underspending, just live a little bit, I guess. The Ace of Wands and the Hanged Man, you just be a little bit more open in the workplace and more constructive. And also just have a weekend to yourself, away from people or with people. Go out and socialize. Just get out of this Ten of Swords energy as far as being overworked. So yeah, group number 2, I'd give you a massage if I could, but if that resonated, give a like, a comment, or subscribe. I also have an Instagram page where I post daily energies, like daily readings. I can give the links below. So thank you for watching. Group number 3 is the Moonstone. What are your strengths, your challenges, and where can you search? Wow, group number 3. I have like tears in my eyes. Wow. You must really love what you do, and I'll just show you the cards here. So we have your strengths. You have the Moon card. For your challenges, you have the Four of Swords and the Lovers. And then where you need to search, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So just give me a moment, because I'm getting like more intuitive hits here. I read your challenges. I was able to see like the advantages of them. So I need to search for the negative here. The challenges. Okay. So number 3, your strength, the Moon card. And so the Moon can also be Pisces. And I mean, you don't have to be necessarily a Pisces sign. This could be your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, if you're familiar with birth charts. But your strength, the Moon, you have pretty decent balance with your career and your finance, and you're really emotionally and very intuitively driven and guided with how you manage both of these things. So that's a huge plus. With your challenges, you have the Four of Swords and the Lovers. And the Lovers can represent Gemini as well. And like I said, you don't have to be just a Gemini for your sun. You can be a sun, moon, or rising if you know the birth charts. If not, you can go online, and honestly, they're free. You just need your birth date, obviously, the location, and the time. And some sites give you like a description and a full detail of everything about it, but honestly, you learn as you go. Okay, so with the challenges, I see that you may be like you may get a little bit tired from your job. Like, this person just comes home and they just like want to get off their feet. And with the Lovers, I mean, you may have a little bit of conflict within your relationship with your work hours just because you may be working a lot. But you know what? I see you as someone who really loves what they do. So it's kind of hard for you to find like this kind of balance between yourself and your relationship and your work relationship. But you may be someone who also works with like, God, you just really love what you do. You may work with like maybe a caretaker, someone who works with like within religious communities as well, and someone who just like really likes to help people who are in need. So the health industry as well. And that could be why you're just really emotional and intuitive. You may be a healer. And I also see that with where you need to search, you have the Eight of Pentacles, and this witch, she's cooking up some chemistry here, and she's an herbalist kind of in a way. So you may be someone who's definitely in the medicine industry, the health industry. So this is where you needed to search, and this is the Eight of Pentacles. You could be, for your career, try a new approach and try new things, as in like new healing methods, if you are in the healthcare industry or anything like that, or just new approaches to the same old. No, like I said, with the moon, for your finances, you're really balanced and intuitively led to your spending and your earnings. You may be someone who likes to save up and kind of lay on it, don't like to spend too much, but you know, you do like to treat yourself every now and then. And you may really like to spend it on other people, especially significant others or family. Your spouse, significant other, or I guess that's usually who you're in conjunction with finances. They may be a little bit uptight with their money, or they may be a little bit not as focused on the books as you are. So you're kind of the one that really has to monitor how much you put in and how much you take out. She's really has to, like, when you make something, you really have to take the measurements and do the math of what you want to accumulate and what you want to make of it. So that's it for you, group number 3. You're just intuitively led, very balanced, maybe a little bit tired, but you may be someone who really gives a lot in their job, and you may be someone who's, like I said, in the religious works and communities and just the overall giving of others. Yeah, so I hope that resonated, group number 3. If it did, please give me a like, a comment, or subscribe. I have an Instagram page where I do post daily. I do daily energies, and I can give the tags. And I'm also on Facebook, and I can give the link below. So I hope that resonated with you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.